Welcome, and today I've got a fantastic one planned for you. So we had a discussion in the group recently about extension or arch in the back, and I did mention that as we get older, it's one of the spinal movements that we lose the most of. So if you look at a lot of old people, they're very round and they're very hunched over. Which is why we need to really try and open up that chest and keep the top of the back, or the whole back really, keep it strong so that we can stay nice and tall with a lovely posture well into our old age. So I have a ball, a Pilates ball, but you can also use a little cushion in your back like that, or a pillow, if a block like that will also do. Anything that's going to bring you into that kind of shape. Okay, so like I say, if you plan on doing lots of Pilates and yoga, it is ideal just to invest in some equipment because it does make your life a little easier. We're going to come on to the ball. And you want it between the shoulder blades, above the bra strap. Now, some of the Pilates balls are quite big. As long as it's not heading down your back to where your kidneys are, because that will be quite painful. And I tend to use a block under my head. Some people don't need a block or don't want a block. Always find you want it comfortable but uncomfortable. Or it should be uncomfortable, but it will feel right. And you'll know what I mean, because if it's too low down the back, it'll be horrible. So when you come into this position, you can see now I'm in this little back bend or this little arch. And you can take the hands out to the side, and you can take them like to the point where you feel this pull across the chest. Okay. Your knees can be bent, so take your feet wide, have the knees bent. You can have your feet together and in butterfly. You can have your legs straight, really not fuss what you do with the legs. What I'm focusing on is this area here. So as we get older, apart from getting older, when we sit at a desk and on a computer, we're always quite rounded. So what happens is the muscles in the front of the chest, they become shortened or tight. And technically this is not what happens, but think of the muscles shrink because we don't use them, we're not opening up the chest, so they shrink. What that does is it forces that round-shouldered position, okay? And if your back muscles are not strong enough to stop that, then that's the shape that we become. So in order to stop that, just having these nice, relaxing, passive stretches as often as you can will do you the world of good. So we could be able to stretch off the front, and then when you do your Pilates exercises in particular, there's a lot of back strengthening in them. So I want you to just notice first, where do you feel this? Do you feel this? Like I tend to feel it under the armpits, a little bit across the chest there. And after a few, well, maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds, that discomfort, that pulling sensation will decrease. And at that point, can you take the arms a little further? So again, this is more of a yin style stretch where we're just allowing the tissues to give in their own time. We're not trying to force it. I'm just thinking as we come into our older years, we start to realize what forcing your body to do things does. This is when all the injuries come back to haunt you. And again, just come back to your breathing. Breathing fully into your belly. And again, if that discomfort is eased, take the arms a little further. So the more often you can do this, the better for you, and then include any upper back strengthening exercises. And it's also just a nice way for you to find stillness throughout your day, at the end of your day, at the beginning of your day. And just bring your arms back to a T position. Oh, and then this is the best part, when you give yourself a hug. Oh. So just gently roll onto the side and then bring yourself up. Oh, I love that. So if you find that you are quite restrictive in that top part of the body, then you just need to have a little cushion. As long as there's a little bit of stress, opening up the chest, that's what we're after. So when I say stress, everyone thinks you shouldn't have any stress. All exercise stresses the body, and it does need to stress the body because that's how the body gets stronger. But this is a beautiful way just to stretch off nice and gently, calmly, and it's a nice way just to relax your mind as well. So I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.